think, has a Beis Yaakov in Monsey, which has connected for a number of years with an orphanage in the former Soviet Union. What has happened in the former Soviet Union over the past 20 years is nothing short of miraculous. The Soviet Union used to be called the country behind the Iron Curtain, where Jews were persecuted. I was there before the Iron Curtain was lifted in 1988. And we smuggled in Sidurim and all kinds of kosher tefillin, Sidurim for Yidden in Russia. But since 1991, the Iron Curtain has been lifted. And now, Baruch Hashem, Yidden are living there. There's an orphanage in the Ukraine, part of the former Soviet Union. And I'm not going to tell you all the details, but I'm telling you that thanks to Mrs. Braun's Dolphins, we have connected with this orphanage. And we, under the leadership of Mrs. Braun and her Dolphins, and we thank so much the representatives from Materis Beis Yaakov who have come today to talk to us about this very place and what we can do. Mrs. Braun, you want to come up, please, with your entourage?
Do you hear me? Yes. Do you hear me like this? No. Yes. Okay, good morning everybody. I'm Mrs. Braun. I run the Dolphin Clubs 1 and 2 here at Beis Yaakov Middle School. I want to thank Rabbi Hexter for giving us this time together today. I have a couple of questions for you. What happens when a group of 6th graders, your peers, decide they want to do a chesed for orphans? And what happens when those orphans live across the other side of the world in Odessa, Ukraine? And finally, what happens when the 6th grade Dolphin Club decides to invite seniors from Materis Beis Yaakov to join them, to partner with them in this project? The Dolphin Club, changing the world one project at a time, will now present to you the answer. In the meantime, we're going to have each of the girls in the Dolphin Club talk about what it means to them and why they wanted to do this project.
The orphanage helps children grow up, and they truly love being there. The people in charge are very special, to care so much and make such a difference to these children.
Girls, let's save the claps till the end, and they can give them a really big round of applause. Thank you.
It is so sad not to have parents to care about them, and I'm glad Tikva Orphanage does take care of them. A lot of people take things for granted, like a home of food and clothing. These children don't take anything for granted. Now I appreciate even more having parents.
I like to help others. I feel sad knowing they don't have parents to care about them or be able to help them. I feel happy knowing they have someone who cares about them and takes care of them, and that is the orphanage.
What really moved me was how many orphans there really were and how many children are affected by their life circumstances and living in squalor and sores. It is pitiful. I want to help these orphans and make them have a better life. Knowing about these orphans makes me appreciate what I take for granted. Tikva Children's Home helps so many children who used to be on the streets and put smiles on their faces. I'm amazed what the orphanage does for them to help them, and I too want to help to make them happy. I think the Tikva Children's Home is very special. They take most of the Jewish children in and take care of them. It costs a lot of money and is really a big mitzvah, and I know it will help bring Mashiach faster. I want to make these children happy because some of them may still live in sewers with no food to eat.
Okay, girls, I want you to know that the girls in the Dolphin Club put together a beautiful 3-minute video talking about the life in Odessa, Ukraine. And with the pictures and seeing the faces of the children there, like I said, it just tugs at your heartstrings and makes you want to help them. And what we're going to do now, because you can't see the video, we're going to, for now, hopefully we'll be able to, we're going to have the girls from the Teres Beis Yaakov. I want to introduce them to you. And we're going to have them come up and talk to you about the orphanage. I'd like to introduce you to Racheli, Esti, Talia, and Gabby.
Hi everyone, my name is Haley, as Mrs. Brown just said. So in our school in Teres, a lot of the girls in 11th grade spend their midwinter vacation going to this orphanage called Tikva. And some of us have the opportunity to go again in the summer. Some of us went once and some of us went twice, and we all saw what goes on there, what situations these kids come from, and some of them have no parents, and some of them have parents but are extremely, extremely poor, like they don't have electricity at home, they don't have enough food to give them, so Tikva takes them in. And I just want to tell you a little bit about it, and then my friends are going to tell you some stories. So in 1996, there was a rabbi from Israel, his name was Rav Baksh, who came into Odessa, Ukraine. I think he just came to visit, and he found some Jewish children just living on the streets because they didn't have a family, they didn't have anyone to take care of them, and they kind of just took care of themselves. And he took these 5 children, and he bought an apartment, and he just kind of became their father, and he just started taking care of them. And the longer he stayed there, the more he saw how terrible it was there, that so many children didn't have parents, so many of the parents didn't have money, so many of them didn't know how to take care of their children. So he started Tikva, and they have, today it is a huge, huge organization in Odessa. They have orphanages for children, for babies, they have a university for the older children, and they give out meals to people who don't live there. They supply them with clothing and amazing education, and these people wouldn't know, they don't really know anything about Judaism, and Tikva is what teaches them, and it is a really incredible, incredible thing that goes on there. I want to tell you one story about one girl that I knew. She was my camper this summer. She was 10 years old. Her name is Vika. She's a delicious, delicious girl, and you know, the aim by it in Tikva, she's like the mother of them all. She told me that that Vika's mother doesn't want to see her anymore. She just doesn't want her. And she told me that one day Vika was sitting on the aim bayit's lap and just turns to the aim bayit and says, "I don't understand. How does a mother not want to see her child?"
I just want to say that each and every one of these girls is exactly like you. They all wake up in the morning, they all look in their closets to get dressed, and what happens is they look and see one shirt, maybe one skirt, and it's all donated from people like you. So what we're proposing is a clothing drive, and each and every one of you, could do whatever you can to gather anything, a scarf, a shirt, a skirt, even a pair of gloves. It means the world to these girls. And I was just going to say, it's another story.
So one night we went to one of the little boys' houses, and it wasn't even really a house. If you can picture like the smallest, grossest house you've ever seen, it was 10 times worse. There was basically no walls. It was dark. There was no light. They didn't have any electricity or heat. They wore rags to keep themselves warm. And it just stops, and you have to stop and like appreciate what you have. And we have so much, and it's just like even just one pair of gloves or one skirt, it can mean the life to. And really, when we miss one piece of clothing, what's one piece of clothing to us is like amazing to them.
So I'm going to tell you about a few of the girls that I met. This girl, Katya, I went last winter, and I still keep in touch with her. And she's right now, her parents were unable to take care of her and her sister, and Tikva took them in, and they basically gave her a future. Katya is now in university, and she's learning finance, and I just emailed her the other day. I'm like, "Oh, by the way, are you still with Tikva?" And she's like, "What do you mean am I still with Tikva? Of course I'm still with Tikva." Tikva gave her a future, just like it gave many other people a future. There's another girl we know who's also with Katya in university right now. Her name is Michal. Tikva found her just wandering the streets. She basically was living on the streets with the dogs in Odessa, and Tikva has a team of 30 very, very dedicated people who basically research these children's lineage to make sure that they are Jewish and to see what's up with them. And no one's really sure about exactly where Micha went, but they know she's Jewish. They took her in right away. They think she was in a government house, which basically has, just like Talia mentioned before, the huts we saw, that's the government orphanages. Overcrowded, not enough food, no running water, no electricity, no heat, and most importantly, no love. Tikva gave Micha, just like all the other kids they found on the street, God gives them love. He gives them someone to turn to, and he gives them someone to look up to, a good person to look up to, and they feel love and they feel warm. There was a mother who showed up at the door of the infant's home and said, take my baby, I can't take care of him, and I don't know, I'm going to abandon him if you don't take my baby. This baby was 3 months old, completely malnourished. The mother, since birth, basically only gave the baby oatmeal, a little bit of oatmeal at the beginning of each day, left him in his crib, dirty, crying, and hungry, for him to just scream and scream and scream until this baby just doesn't cry anymore. He's dirty, he doesn't cry, he doesn't say anything. And at 3 months old, he made his way to, mother made her way after a recommendation from a neighbor who also gave her child Tikva. She made her way to the orphanage and she gave the baby, and they named the baby Natan Tzvi after Natan Tzvi Bagel, and gave him Bris Milah at 3 months old. And I hope that the videos are working. We'd love to show you a few videos that really tugged our heartstrings. Dolphin Club made a beautiful, beautiful video. We hope you appreciate it. Take two.
Is it still showing?
It's showing.
It's not moving. It's not moving out. Yeah.
There's nothing like actually being there at the same time. But we hear that there are kids in the sewers that are out at night and sleeping during the day, scrounging food, getting into trouble, no parental supervision whatsoever. In some cases, an older brother looking after the younger brother.
Very few places where you can actually literally save a child's life. When I came here, I was in different conditions. Suddenly realized that you can save a life, you can change a life.
So the kids were definitely well taken care of and comfortable. But the thing that pulled on my heart when you guys to 0 to 4s was the fact that they're jumping up and you're calling you dad. Giving is receiving. And your gift will make a big difference to these children. And what you will receive from it is their love, their warmth. And you can feel that when you go to Tikva. And when you walk into the 0 to 4s, you feel that radiance, which is everything.
Я хочу сказать спасибо Тикве за то, что она все делает для меня, дает мне образование, и я чувствую себя здесь хорошо. Также спасибо людям, которые помогают Тикве. Спасибо.
Tikva has not finished its job because we know there are another 2,500 kids still at this moment living rough on the streets of Ukraine. It means they're living in cold, it means they're living in squalor, it means they're living in terrible conditions, and we can still save them. Every child needs somebody they can say, this is the problem, my shoes are hurting me, my foot is hurting me, I have a stomach, a headache, today I had an excellent day, today I got the best marks in my class. So if no one's going to look after them, if no one's going to look, wow, you got excellent marks, where's the incentive? I mean, most kids, they're doing things that adults should do with them. If these kids wouldn't have that, they would also just
Okay, girls, on all three campuses of Beis Yaakov, the girls prepared drop-off boxes for all of these items, and we hope you encourage everyone to please donate to Tikva Orphanage.